You're perfect.
Hey guys, it's Luca. So today I'm going to be doing a Q&A, and this is pre-filmed, so I'm actually in Europe right now. Also, I'm vlogging my whole trip, so definitely if you're not subscribed to my vlog channel, go subscribe because vlogs are going to be really fun. And I believe when I'm posting this, let's see, let me go look at my calendar. I think I will be in Sweden, so if any of you guys are from Sweden, then I guess you'll see me. And make sure you guys are following me on my Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat because I kind of alternate asking you guys questions on all of those apps. So definitely if you want to be a part of the next Q&A, then go follow me. So today I asked you guys questions on Twitter. I asked you guys to ask me like creative questions and not like basic questions like what's your favorite color, what made you want to start a YouTube channel. I get those questions a lot, so I'm going to be picking my favorites. Okay, so Bella asked me if you could listen to one Harry Styles song for the rest of your life, what would it be? And you can all say Only Angel. Miss you. I miss you too, Bella. And I think I would choose Ever Since New York or Sweet Creature because those songs are just so beautiful and I feel like you can't really get tired of like a pretty song. Do you think you will always live in Florida or move when you're older? I'm not really sure. I think I'll definitely find myself somewhere outside of the state. I'm not quite sure where. I would like to try to live in California. I don't know, I've just always wanted to at least try living somewhere in California. I don't exactly know where because California is really big and I definitely don't want to live like right in the middle of Hollywood because it's kind of like not really safe there. Really far away from like my family and all that, so I would say California, but I have no idea where life will take me. But I think it would be really fun to at least try to live in California. What have you always wanted and did I ever get it? Also, what question do I hate to answer? A YouTube channel is something that I've always wanted, so yes, and I have it now. Thank you guys for still supporting me. I really appreciate it because I really love making videos for you guys. I know it's cheesy, but like, I seriously have always wanted a YouTube channel, so now that I'm doing it, it's really cool. And one question that I always don't like to answer. I don't think there's a particular question that I don't like to answer, but I really get like a lot of questions like about YouTube, and sometimes I just kind of want like you guys to get to know me outside of YouTube, if that makes sense. So when you guys ask me questions about YouTube, of course I'm like willing to answer, and I know that since I'm a YouTuber, obviously I'm gonna get a lot of questions about that, but sometimes it just gets like a lot. Like one of the only questions I ever get, I'm like, guys, like ask me some other questions like that's not about YouTube maybe. What is my favorite quote? I really like, this isn't really a quote but more like a catchphrase. I really like you're not like the rest or not like the rest. I don't know, I'm always the type of person that's like trying not to be basic. I know I sometimes fail with that, but I really try everything I do to not be like mainstream. I try to make my videos really creative. I try to dress creatively. I know I'm wearing like the most basic top, but like I really try to stay away from like common looks, if that makes sense. I don't know, maybe I fail at that because sometimes I'm just a basic white girl at heart and I like my Brandy Melville, but I really try to go and think outside of the box and wear clothing that may not be, you know, really popular or trendy. Again, you're probably like, Luca, you literally have half of PacSun's clothes, and I'm like, you have a good point. But and then my other favorite quote definitely is the best dreams happen when you're awake. I kind of had to go like look at a picture that I had, but I don't know, I just really like that because I feel like with everything that I do, I really make sure that I'm working hard at it, because you can like want something as much as you want. You can want a perfect life, you can want more clothes, you can want more money, but that's not going to come true unless you actually work for it. So I think that's a really good quote. I'm just reminding you that you can want all you want, but in the end, unless you don't work for it, you're not getting it. So it's definitely like my life motto. Okay, so my girl Melody hit me up with a lot of great questions. So a lot of these are from her. Again, guys, I'm not like picking favorites. I'm honestly just picking, well, yeah, I'm picking favorites. I'm picking my favorite questions. So if you ever like write me a really like unique question, I'm gonna answer it. What is the last book I read? And I'm pretty sure, yeah, it was the My Life as Ava, The Struggle is Real. I still haven't finished it. I'm so bad with finishing books because I'll write a book report for that book like before I finish it, just because I'm usually lazy and the book reports due. I know I'm probably a bad influence, but let's be real, that's what I do. And then I'm like, well, the book report's done, so I mean, Baku. Sorry if you can hear birds chirping. Maybe that's adding to like the aroma and like the vibes of this video. So if you hear any background noise, I'm sorry. I really don't have like an awesome microphone, so bear with me. Do I get allowance? No, not really. If I want something, like a pair of shoes, my mom will usually help me out with paying for it. So if it's like, I just bought like a pair of Adidas shoes, so she paid for like half of it and I'm paying for the other half. So if it's something like that, that's like clothes that I kind of need, you know, my parents will help me out in buying it, or obviously like they help me buying food and stuff. But if it's something that's not necessarily like a necessity, I have to pay for it myself with the money that I earn. So no, I don't get like a certain allowance, but my parents are nice enough to like help me out with some stuff. How heavy is Grayson now? Grayson is, I think, mom just told me the other day, I think he's around like 28 pounds, 30 pounds, which is crazy. He's actually like a little monster. I'll insert a picture of him here if you don't follow me on Instagram. But he's getting pretty big and he's just gonna get bigger. He's gonna get up to like 40, 50 pounds. So he's not even halfway done with growing, which, well, I guess he could be halfway done, but you know, it's scaring me a little bit because he's gonna be pretty big and I'll be like sitting down on the floor and I'll be like, Grayson, come here. And when he's like really excited, he'll like jump on my shoulders and he like weighs so much that he literally pushes me. Ow, that really hurt. Okay, it's fine. Like, that didn't hurt at all. But he'll like push me to the floor and yeah, it's... Do you have internet friends and what do you think about them? Yes, I do have some internet friends, but my only really good internet friend is Sydney. So honestly, I feel like you can't have an internet friend without FaceTiming them really frequently because just talking online isn't enough. So if you guys want to be close with someone that's not like near you, I would definitely say to FaceTime them because you're not gonna get to know them very well just by like talking to them online. Okay, so next question is, will you be doing any meetups? And as of right now, I'm not. I get this question a lot, but I really don't feel like I'm at the place where a lot of people would show up to a meetup. I don't have quite the amount of subscribers or like people who would want to come, but I am going to try to come to as many YouTube events as I can. So if you're ever going to like VidCon or Playlist, I don't know, I might be there next year or this year, yeah. Or next year. Yeah, VidCon is next year, so I really hope that I can visit VidCon next year. I got to go to Playlist this year, so that was nice, but I would love to be able to go to VidCon next year, so if you guys are planning to go, I know it just ended, but that is where you would most likely be able to see me. Favorite character in Gossip Girl? That is a really good question. I want to say like everyone, because I genuinely think like all the characters are like so interesting and they're like really deep, if you know what I mean. I don't know. I really watch Gossip Girl because of the characters. I'm only on like season 2 right now, so please don't like spoil anything in the comments. I already know who Gossip Girl is, but just don't tell me anything in the comments. So my favorite character would probably be, I was thinking about this last night because I saw this tweet and I was just like, I mean, who really is my favorite character? Because I want to give a good answer. And honestly, I would say Chuck. I know that may be like random, but he's so funny in his own way. He's probably like one of the funniest characters. I don't know, he's just like always the one that makes me laugh. And then the last question I'm going to answer for today's Q&A, I'm sure I'll do another one, so I'm sorry if I didn't answer your question, but this is from Emma. I haven't been saying their names, I forgot about that, but you know, the tweet's up here, so it's fine. But Emma asked me if you could live any place in the world for a year, where would you live? I thought this was a really cool question. If you're talking about like if I could pick like any house I wanted, like $10 million wherever, I would probably, for the US, I would say California, but then I'm like, California, just to pick inside the US because I feel like the whole world is like too much of a broad spectrum. I could live anywhere. I'd probably say penthouse in New York City, just like a huge like high rise looking over like Central Park and like all of New York City, just like very tippy top of a building with like a huge grand piano, a nice cocktail bar with my Z Gallery furniture everywhere. That would be like my dream house, but honestly that would be like probably like around $20 million. Not even joking, because New York City is like such an expensive place to live, but I would choose that for the US. And outside of the US, I feel like I haven't been everywhere to know to answer this question. I would say somewhere in Italy because I really like Italy and it's probably like my freshest memory of going on vacation. I can only really remember going to Positano, and Positano is like so beautiful, but I feel like it would get a little boring because it's so small. I would either choose Paris. I know that is super basic, but whenever I was in Paris, all I could think about was like how cool it would be to live there. So if you guys live around Paris, then definitely like tell me if it's actually cool or if it's just like touristy. And I also really think that Berlin is cool. I have not very recently been there, but I think when I was around maybe 9, 10, probably like 8 or 9, we went to Berlin and had the greatest time. Actually, this is bringing back some really old memories. Wow, I wasn't even planning about talking about this, but I just thought of it. Me and my family were actually thinking about moving to Berlin. Not just like, like it would be cool to live there. Like we were actually like planning to move there for like a couple years when he lived in Colorado. Yeah, that brings back memories. Wow, I didn't even remember that. But yeah, after me and my family went to Berlin, I think we were all kind of thinking like how cool it would be to live there, and we seriously considered moving there from Colorado just to like do like a little, I don't know, like kind of like an adventure for like 2 years, not like permanent or anything. That's crazy that I just thought of that. Anyways, that is all for the Q&A today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.
Yeah. Hey, I remember syrup sandwiches and crime allowances. Vanessa with some counterfeits, but now I'm counting this Parmesan with my accountant.